What's up, y'all?
Hi.
Exciting day today, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, yes. I wasn't as nervous until we actually sat down to do it, and then like my hands started sweating.
What is it? You should tell the folks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Picking where we are going to go on our herd around the world.
Yeah, so we did our random drawing earlier today for Patreon supporters at our $5 and up level. 241 of them, of the now 285 of them. Sweden, yeah? Yeah. We'll
The
be
winner's
going to
actually
Sweden.
in the chat right now, Space
Yeah,
Monkey.
hey, Space Monkey. So congratulations on being drawn. So
Yes.
that's so on top of that, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm going to anyways. On top of all that, his neighbor, literally his neighbor,
Right.
I met at Essen last
Which
year,
is
and
just bizarre.
they messaged us over on Facebook and
Yeah.
said, "Hey, whenever I just heard about the win for Matthias. If you want, we have a spare bedroom." Yes. And
okay.
they live 50 meters away, as in 150 feet. So
Awesome.
dude, that's awesome,
Yes.
right? I cannot wait. Super, super excited about this. We're gonna try and time it with either Essen or our trip to Lyricon in the fall, either fall or spring, late winter, early spring, whatever. So we're going to try and time it that way. We'll see how it works out, but
Right.
we're definitely going no later than then.
Right.
So
We're going to Sweden.
very exciting. So awesome. Yeah, we have a large Scandinavian
We do.
contingent of patrons. So
Well,
that's
they know
awesome.
they know they're kind. I'm so see through. I'm see through.
Right. So pale. Right.
Uh-huh.
That makes sense.
See my heart beating.
All right, so enough about that. Let's move on. The schedule this week. It's we're leaving for WBC late Thursday night / Friday morning, right? And we're going to be gone for 8 days.
A long time.
At WBC. However, that does not mean that the podcast or the YouTube channel is going to be short of content.
Right.
We've been saying the YouTube channel is getting shut down for a week and a half, 2 weeks, right? Apparently not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's just get into it. So, obviously, we have today. We have the weekly look ahead today at 2, which is what it is. Or, I guess, later if you're listening on the podcast. And then later tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, or 1800 hours. That's midnight UTC. I'm going to do a quick little Ask the Elephant. And by quick, I mean no more than 58 minutes. Why?
Why?
Game of Goats starts back up. If you guys have not seen Game of Goats, you should Google Game of Goats on YouTube.
It's really funny.
It's really funny. So yeah, I'm gonna do an Ask the Elephant by myself. It's this evening. Confession time though. It's actually I'm paranoid after last week. So founders of Gloomhaven, we had this huge amount of people watching, and then Comcast dropped the ball and literally dropped our internet, our upload at least. So tonight is going to be a test run of how it's going to be tomorrow night. And so we wanted to make sure that everything is fixed.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to do tonight. So really excited about doing that, making sure everything is copacetic and I can
Breathe.
just have a little bit more confidence going into tomorrow.
Yeah.
How's that?
Oh, it was awful.
So so that's tonight at 1800 Mountain Daylight Time, and we're gonna start doing times, military time for all those that are non-US. It's a little bit easier for the conversion,
and it's easier for me
because you add 6 hours for UTC.
Yes,
makes it real easy,
so
right?
Much easier.
All right. So then on Monday, go ahead.
On Monday, we're going to release the interview with Aldi that Edward did on Conversations
Couple weeks
with
ago,
Heavy Cardboard.
right.
We were supposed to do that last week, but oops. Sorry. And then we're going to also do another playthrough of Founders of Gloomhaven tomorrow evening at 6:30, so 18:30 Mountain Daylight Time and 00:30 UTC.
Yeah, and when you say teaching or playthrough only, we're still going to kind of teach the game as we go, but we're not going to front load the
Right.
teaching.
We're not going to do it like last time.
Right, because we already did a teaching of it, and so that kind of seems redundant, right? So let's just, hey, hi guys, thanks for watching. Let's get into the game. So
exactly.
tomorrow, Monday night, 18:30 p.m. or 18:30 30 hours Mountain Daylight.
Yeah.
You would think I would know
You would.
how
Well, you've
to-
been out of practice for quite a while.
Seriously, right? All right, so that is Monday. Then on Tuesday, a special matinee. We bring back a big friend of the show and somebody that's been missed
Yes,
off of
very
the show.
much so.
Sweater Mike is back in town for a little bit. So we're like, hey, dude, we got to get you on.
Yep.
And so Tuesday at 1100 Mountain Daylight or 5 p.m. or 1700 UTC through the new Through the Ages with myself, Sweater Mike, and Ash.
Yes.
And awesome.
That'll be fun.
Really looking forward to that.
be-
That should be a lot of fun.
I'll
So,
be watching that at work.
all right. And hopefully a lot of people are. Help make your workday a little bit
Yeah,
better.
absolutely.
And for our friends across the pond, hopefully that makes the
dinner
time
time.
a little bit better. Or, Vince, who's over back here in the States from China temporarily, hopefully maybe he can, it's normal time for him
Right.
now, right? All right. So that is Tuesday Through the Ages. But that's it. Nothing else going on that evening because we have to get ready for the show, the podcast itself.
Mm-hmm.
On Wednesday, we have nothing.
Yeah.
More work behind the scenes
Yep.
to get everything ready for the 2 weeks, week and a half or so that we're going to be gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what all do you have to do behind the scenes?
I have to do a lot of rendering in Premiere. I have to do a lot of editing in Audition to get stuff ready to go and be scheduled out to be released while we're gone and
For both
uploading.
podcasts and
Yeah,
YouTube,
gonna
right?
have stuff scheduled to go out on the podcast as well as stuff to go out on YouTube, and just have kind of spaced out.
Yep, that's why you don't see anything on Wednesday. And Thursday, not a whole lot. Well, I take that back. We have the release, or at Labora, our review of it. Looking forward to that. That should be a
Yeah,
lot of
me too.
fun. And then that evening, we are going to have our Google Hangout for our $20 and up patrons. Looking forward to that. That's our monthly. We sit around and hang out, and they ask us all the questions that we're not willing to answer publicly. It's kind of a cool little way to interact with folks, camera wise. To
get to
instead
see
of it
each
just
other.
being in chat like it normally is and everything. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That should be a good time. So that's Thursday. And again, that's not really anything YouTube wise because we're getting ready for the trip and preparing for the next couple weeks. So that brings us to Friday. Oh, what's this? Wait, episode 80 on YouTube. What is it you got planned there, Amanda?
I don't know. So that was the rendering that I'm speaking of. So we're going to start releasing our podcast onto YouTube. It's most likely just going to be a static picture of the game or the graphic I make for every release, have just that on, and then...
Basically, it allows people to listen to the podcast on YouTube.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
And this way, our thinking is maybe turn some folks onto the podcast that don't normally listen to podcasts. So,
Right.
hey, this is what a podcast is, and this is what our particular
Right.
podcast is. So we're looking forward to that. That
Yes.
should be a really good time.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Didn't put a time for the Google Hangout.
No, I did not.
On purpose?
Yes,
Why?
because it might fluctuate or we might not have a set time until that day. So I didn't want to put anything on there.
What time works for you, Rob? All right, so that's Friday. We're going to release our first episode of the new format, like since Tony has been off the show, right?
We released an infamous interview on there, but that's it.
That was kind of the impetus for the conversations with Heavy
Exactly.
Cardboard, right?
Yep.
So kind of an episode,
It wasn't
I guess.
really a true episode.
Right. Okay. So that is on Friday. And then on Saturday, strictly for the podcast, while we are traveling, actually on our way to WBC from Philly after having eaten some tasty cheesesteak, hopefully.
Yes.
We will be on the road, but you guys on the podcast get the Lost Essen interviews.
Yeah, seriously. So, my plan, I want to say we have 11 left. That sounds right. So I'm going to do 2 a week every Saturday until they're done. So my plan currently is to do one that was originally a Patreon only surprise release and one that no one's heard.
Okay. Oh,
So,
that's kind of
Alexander
exciting.
Whamer was released on Patreon as an exclusive preview, and then Bernd Eisenstein, no one's heard it all yet.
Wow. Ooh, I like the way you think. That's kind of
Yeah.
fun. All right, so look for that on the podcast on Saturday.
Yep.
And then on Sunday, we're going to start doing these. The weekly look ahead, we're shooting for 1400 Mountain Daylight Time. That's 2000 UTC time. That's what we shoot for. But just know that it's going to be around that time each week, but there may be a little bit of fluctuation.
Yeah,
just
like today it was
life.
at like 2:05. So.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So it'll be close to around then.
And blame the little gnomes in my head that are hitting me with hammers.
Right. Why?
I'm just saying that's why we were late.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It happens. Right.
Stupid gnomes.
All right. So recap real quick. So we have the Ask the Elephant tonight at 1800 Mountain Daylight Time. Add 6 for UTC, guys. Then on Monday for the podcast only, we have the Aldi Conversations with Heavy Cardboard, and then we have our hopefully uninterrupted playthrough only, no teaching ish, Founders of Gloomhaven at 1830 Mountain Daylight Time. Then on Tuesday morning, 1100 hours, we have Through the Ages with Sweater Mike and Ash. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then on nothing on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have the $20 Patreon Google Hangout, and for the podcast, Ort Labora, episode 80. Then on Friday, we have episode 80 on YouTube. So hopefully y'all enjoy it. We're curious. Definitely want feedback on all of this stuff, but especially the podcast on YouTube.
Because
Is there interest in that?
Ideally, what at least I'm thinking that we'll hopefully be able to do is release to the podcast, release to patrons on Wednesday, everybody on Thursday, YouTube on Friday.
Okay, that's a good schedule. And then on Saturday, we have the Essen interviews for the podcast, and then Sunday, the weekly look ahead for both. All right, so people are asking, and I owe you guys an explanation, I feel like, for Forbidden Stars. It has not been forgotten.
Nope.
It has not been omitted. It has not been ignored.
Not played because of time.
Yes, we have simply run out of time. The good news, and I pinky swear it to everybody listening, both on YouTube and on the podcast, the first week we are back from WBC, which means, let me look at my calendar real quick. That is the first week of August, that Friday. So that'll be Friday, August 4th. We will live stream, barring any Comcast issues, which I feel like I need to put a caveat in about. But that Friday night, provided we can get Dan on board as well, because he really wants to be a part of that stream, will be Forbidden Stars. So mark it down on your calendars, August 4th, Friday, Forbidden Stars.
Why don't you write it down too?
All right, hold on. August
He's not
4th.
writing. Now he's writing.
Okay. August 4th, Forbidden Stars. There it is. I promise. All right. There we go. All right. I appreciate y'all's patience on that, especially. There's been a lot of people asking about it, and I apologize. It's as folks have said, it's a bit of a beast when it comes to the rule book. So we want to make sure that we keep it or get it to heavy cardboard standards, honestly, and get enough plays in. So look for that then. You have my word. Pinky swear. All right? All right. Deal. All right. So, hey, everybody, hopefully y'all are excited about the upcoming week and weeks. And actually, you would think that, wait a minute, next Sunday, we're gone. How are we going to do a weekly look ahead?
Magic.
The magic of the interwebs.
Pre-taping.
And that too.
And
so
scheduling.
you guys are, obviously there's not going to be any live streams, but
Right.
you guys will get content on YouTube and the podcast the week we're gone, we promise. So thanks everybody for watching and listening.
Yes. Thank you so
And
much.
also thanks to our patrons, because without them, this ain't happening.
That's right.
Patreon.com/heavy cardboard to be one of the cool kids. Just saying. Thanks everybody. We'll catch y'all next week.
Bye.